Good day, I'm Theodore Henry, and this is your JIS News for Thursday, June 27, 2024. The government is to acquire 33 new water pumps as part of plans to increase access to the commodity in communities across the island. Prime Minister Andrew Holness made the announcement during a recent tour of work being done in Pimento Walk, Ocho Rios.
So what the government is doing, we are looking at our pumps and we are trying to order in advance. So there is an order for our 33 pumps on order. 33 new pumps are on order, which will serve communities just like this one. And I believe it's about $20 million. $20 million for one of these pumps. So you can just imagine the budget that the government is putting forward to ensure that small rural communities like these can have the basics.
Mr. Holness also informed the residents that designated ministers from the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation have been tasked with visiting communities to identify road and water challenges they are facing.
And see how best from the limited national budget with so many other demands on it to make sure that even the basics are available.
The government has unveiled a groundbreaking virtual platform, the Jamaica Diaspora Engagement Model, JAMDEM, which aims to enhance connectivity globally. The platform was officially launched during the recently concluded 10th Biennial Jamaica Diaspora Conference. It was created in partnership with the International Organization for Migration, IOM, and the Planning Institute of Jamaica, PIOJ. JAMDEM will serve as a secure virtual space that can be accessed through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs website for enhanced connectivity between the government and the diaspora.
It is a fact that the diaspora has been for years asking for ways to receive curated investment information. They say, we want to know how we can invest, where we can invest. And we don't want to have to fly down to find out. And this JAMDEM portal will deliver that.
The Diaspora Registration Portal, dubbed Connect Me JA, was also launched during the conference. Developed in collaboration with the Inter-American Development Bank, IDB, Connect Me JA is a mobile app that's designed to map the diaspora and facilitate better communication between Jamaicans and their government. This platform will provide valuable information for Jamaicans living abroad and encourage user participation by offering incentives. It requires people to enter their name, country of residence, and email address to be actively engaged.
The young people here asking, if I want to connect with someone in the diaspora, an organization, or if I'm moving overseas and I want to see what's happening over there, how can I connect? Connect Me JA will allow that opportunity now.
The third women's shelter is expected to be up and running before the end of the current financial year. Minister of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport, Olivia Grange, gave the update as part of her sectoral presentation in the House of Representatives on Tuesday.
These shelters, established with the help of the European Union, UNFPA and UN Women, among others, provide hope for a better life. Any of us could become a victim of domestic violence. Anybody, any one of us. Yeah. But none of us should stay in that situation. And help is now available. So, my sisters, take that step. Call or text us on 876-553-0372 or 876-236-1713. We will help.
She says the two shelters already in operation have had a positive impact on the lives of women fleeing violence.
The environment is therapeutic. We have counselors. We offer legal services. We have trainers who have developed various programs to help women earn and become financially independent. Women in one shelter are earning from a strawberry farm that they have established, while others are earning from jewelry making and other skills that they have learned.
The first government-owned shelter for women was opened in October 2020 to provide a haven for abused women and their children. Progress is being made on the submission of outstanding financial reports from the Ministry of Health and Wellness. Permanent Secretary Dunstan Bryan made the pronouncement during the ministry's recent virtual press briefing. He was responding to questions raised in the public domain regarding the ministry's non-compliance with the Financial Administration and Audit Act for the submission of appropriation accounts since 2013. Mr. Bryan says the team at the ministry has registered more than 300 extra hours of work in a bid to have the matter addressed. He says the appropriation accounts for 2 departments have been completed and certified by the internal audit units.
At the beginning of this process, we set up a program, a project to bring us up to date with the appropriation accounts. Already, I've spent over $40 million in overtime and overtime payments for the regularization of the appropriation accounts. We have regularized the Bellevue Hospital, and we have also regularized the government chemist department. We are regularizing within the next 2 months, financial years 2020, 21, 21, 22, 22, 23.
He adds that the ministry's team also prepared 90% of the statements for up to March 31, 2022. However, these have not been certified by the internal auditors as per the requirement of the FAA Act due to errors with the legacy accounting software, Finman, among other things. Some issues include unsigned payment vouchers by officers no longer employed to the ministry due to death, resignation, and retirement, and the unwillingness of the current staff to validate and verify transactions and statements outside of the period of their service. The Permanent Secretary says despite system-related errors and the significant challenges of the backlog, the ministry is seized with the importance of addressing the issues using appropriate channels.
The Ministry of Health and Wellness is committed to bringing these accounts up to date because we are committed to transparency and accountability in how we do business.
The Ministry of Education and Youth is reminding the public that general transfers of students between schools are not accommodated, except under specific adverse circumstances. The policy is intended to maintain stability in educational placements and ensure alignment with academic processes. Parents and guardians seeking to transfer students entering high school through the Primary Exit Profile PEP placement process are urged to follow the established procedures carefully. According to a recent bulletin from the ministry, the transfer process requires the following steps. The school accepting the student must issue a letter to the parent or guardian, a copy of which should be presented to the school where the child was initially placed through the PEP process. The initial school will provide a release letter, which, along with the acceptance letter, must include the child's name and student registration number, SRN, as listed on the PEP student report. The parent or guardian must draft a letter addressed to the Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Education and Youth requesting approval for the transfer. This letter should include the child's name and SRN and is to be accompanied by the acceptance and release letters. These documents must be submitted to the ministry's relevant regional office. For more information on the transfer process, individuals can contact any of the regional directors or send an email to pepaction@moey.gov.jm. And finally, Minister with responsibility for the environment, Senator Matthew Semuda, says there needs to be a shift in culture to protect our marine life. He was addressing a recent World Oceans Day ceremony. The minister insists that our fishing practices over the last 40 years have not reflected the most progressive approach for sustainability, and as a result, species that were commonly found in our waters 50 years prior have gone extinct. He says the solution will need a collective approach.
There are also some matters that the government, private sector, NGOs, academia need to have a frank discussion with the public on. One is going to be net size. The other is going to be no-take zones. It's a standard practice globally to allow for fish stocks to recover. Now, these sorts of solutions come with huge, early, immediate economic consequences. So what it requires is a national consensus and a national discussion with all stakeholders to get the public in the space, firstly to listen, secondly to agree, and thirdly to work to implement.
And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Theodore Henry. Thanks for watching.